Jamal, thank you so much for meeting...
Jamela.
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 Jamela. Thank you so much for meeting with me today. I was just hoping we could discuss the latest project that you've been working on.
Yeah, we talked about my work. I always love expressing my work.
Oh, thank you so much. So, where did you get the idea for this film?
Where did I get the idea? Well, it's funny you say that. I'm not a military service member. I never served in the military. I don't even know any military members.
Oh.
But I do know a nice little bar. And when I was in there, heard an incredible story. It was about war, I think. The guy's name was Bill, and he was rambling on about, the human struggle and these Russian civilians being killed. And I don't know, it was something caught my attention. It's about the way he told the story. Besides some of the things that he was incoherent about saying, it's like I didn't catch the whole story. But where I'd missed, I filled in those spots because I knew what Bill was trying to say.
Is this your story that you're trying to capture?
It was my story until the studio got a hold of it.
Right. So what was your intention for this piece?
My intentions? I wasn't going to turn into some sexy Rambo film. I wanted to tell the most important story out there, human willpower.
Right.
And not only that, most war films focus on the soldiers, important piece. But I wanted to focus on just the civilians and what they're going through, their struggles. And I wanted to bring that and capture it to life. Wanted to.
So you weren't trying to capture the combat aspect of war, but rather the personal aspect of it, what the average citizen was going through.
Precisely.
So what happened?
What happened? What happened is the studio took my piece, this beautiful artistic piece, and they went into Walmart and bought a great value brand of it. You know how much time and work I put into this? And they just took it and did what they want. It was like Mickey Mouse rolling up to write a Disney Channel movie or something like that.
Right. Well, thank you so much for those added details. If there's anything else you would like to say before we wrap things up here?
Yeah, there is something I want to say. Sex, guns, big breasts, is when you watch this film, that ain't me. That ain't what, right? That's not what I wrote. That's not what Jamela wrote. That's not the story I was trying to tell. But the studio, they threw some money out there, but I wanted to tell a different story. You can put that on record.
All right, thank you very much. I think we're wrapped up here. Hi, my name's Eric, and you are?
I'm Sidney Douche. You call me Sid.
Sounds good. Thank you so much for giving me the time of day.
Yeah, of course, no problem.
I just have some questions for you about your film that's releasing later this year.
Yes, please, go ahead.
What was it that drew you and your team toward picking this piece to bring to life on the big screen?
With art, cinema, literature, we have a long history of conflict and war that is often portrayed, but I feel that they often fall short in some way or another. So I feel like I've brought something truly visionary and creative to the genre.
Right, and I'd heard that you'd made modifications to the original script that you were handed. What was it about it that you didn't see fit for a final cut?
Yes. What we started with was a beautiful story of human drama, human interaction, all playing out on a tapestry of conflict and strife. But what I saw really was missing was nudity, sex, and violence.
Pardon? I don't think I understand what you're saying.
We've got naked women, we've got dead bad guys, and we have a hero that kicks ass. That's what I've brought to
So, is this the first war film that your company is ever released?
Well, this is actually our 37th production that involves conflict and violence of some sort. You know, I feel like in the history of all art, combat and violence, man against man, has been a theme that has been played on many times, but no one has done it in quite the way we're doing it. Sure, you could reference Saving Private Ryan, or Bridge Over the River Kwai, or All Quiet on the Western Front, all of them adequate. But what I feel like I've brought is something completely new and something badly needed.
Yeah. So what is it that you believe that you and your team are bringing to the table in terms of war films that has never been done before?
Well, a much higher level of sex and violence. We got boobies, we got bombs, we got explosions, we got sex, we have men striving to be men, right? Doing on the battlefield like men. This is where they fell short and we rise up. We have more sex, more violence, more explosions, more guns, more dead bad guys, and one kick-ass good guy. Our movie isn't boring.
So, Professor...
Wacker. Peter Wacker. My students call me Professor Pete.
Right, Professor Wacker. So, what is your background in historical knowledge?
So I have a PhD in classical Western history. I have a minor in Greek architecture, and I've been teaching here at the university for 5 years.
So, why did they reach out to you specifically to be part of this project?
Well, they wanted to make sure that they were sort of accurately conveying the geopolitical scale of this conflict, I think.
What exactly is your role in this project?
Look, man, I'll be honest with you, okay? They wanted somebody to sign their name on the piece of paper so that they could say, this is based on a true story.
You seem rather passive when it comes to the accuracy of this piece.
Well, look, at the end of the day, it's Hollywood. Nobody cares what happened to a bunch of people 200 years ago. I've been dealing with it my entire career. But if some movie studio reached out to you and said, hey, we'll give you 10 times your annual salary to write your name on this piece of paper and say we did a good job, what would you do? You'd take the money. You'd take the money. That's exactly what you would do. You want to know how I know? Because it's exactly what they did to me. They paid me more money than I would ever see if I stuck strictly in academia for the rest of my life. And you know what? I'm not sorry.
So, what is your incentive to work on this project?
Money. Obviously.
Okay, can we cut?
I don't know. I thought this was a puff piece about a feel-good movie in the face of adversity about the human spirit, but no, it's just another piece of propaganda, and I'm just another cog in the churning out of war propaganda. It's serve the almighty dollar. This piece is flawed. Hey, are you shooting? Stop! Cut the camera. Cut.